Hello there. You know that magnetic charm some people just seem to have? That ability to instantly connect, captivate, and leave an unforgettable mark. Have you ever met someone like that? Or wished you could be that person? Guess what? It's not a secret talent. It's not just about being born with it. Today I'm spilling the beans on the book that flipped my world upside down and made me see people and connections in a whole new light. How to win friends and influence people. Why this book? Actually, I'm rather an introvert. I love spending my time on my own. Communication is like a skill, you know? You can hone it. Finding ways to build quality social interactions is crucial, and that's why today's topic is this book. The author, Dale Carnegie, was like many of us, just someone striving to understand the art of genuine human connection. And after countless hours of observation, experimentation, and compilation, he gave us this. The book was published in 1936. You might be thinking, well, it's too old. Surely its principles are outdated, but the beauty of it is its timelessness. You see, the strategies in this book aren't about manipulative tricks or superficial charm. You know what? I don't think human nature changes that drastically over decades. Let me share with you 5 key lessons I've learned from this amazing book that has genuinely transformed my life. Stay tuned till the end of the video because the last one was the most groundbreaking for me. Out of the myriad of lessons people take from this book, there is one that immediately stood out for me. One that's crucial in this digital age, where true human connection often gets lost amidst the chaos of notifications and endless scrolling. It's a skill, when mastered, that gets you closer to becoming that magnetic person others feel drawn to. Are you ready? The lesson is listen actively. So what exactly does this couple of words mean? Active listening isn't just about hearing words. It's about truly understanding and absorbing what someone is saying. When you listen actively, you show respect, empathy, and genuine interest. You validate the speaker's thoughts and make them feel valued. You're not waiting for your turn to talk. It's about fully immersing yourself in the speaker's words. How many times have you spoken to someone and felt they were physically there, but mentally miles away? Quite frustrating, isn't it? Like you're talking to a wall. On the flip side, recall a time someone paid you undivided attention. Feels totally different. So let's elaborate on this one and try and understand how this tip is supposed to be used in real life. First, be present in the conversation. Try to really understand what your interlocutor is talking about. Put down your phone, make eye contact, and tune in. The part about phone is crucial in my opinion. When I'm talking to my friends, I avoid using my phone unless I need to do something urgent or quickly Google something related to the conversation. Second, ask open-ended questions. It's a type of question that requires more than a simple yes or no answer. It encourages the person you're talking to provide a thoughtful and detailed response, to share their thoughts, feelings, or experiences. This not only shows that you're engaged, but encourages deeper conversations. And lastly, acknowledge and give feedback. Simple notes or phrases like, okay, I understand, can work wonders. Alright my friends, this was the first lesson in my list. Before we move on to our next, if you found value in this video, a thumbs up would mean the world to me. Now that we've explored the art of active listening, let's take it a step further. Imagine having a mindset that will help you be able to spark meaningful conversations that leave a lasting impression. The power of becoming genuinely interested in other people. Here's the thing. We often approach conversations with the mindset of what can I say next? Or how can I impress them? But here is a different approach you can try. One that many people don't think of. Instead of trying to be interesting, focus on being genuinely interested. Think about it. Haven't you met someone who asks you questions that make you feel truly seen and heard? That's the kind of connection we're aiming for. It's about immersing yourself in the conversation, absorbing their words, and responding thoughtfully. But you might wonder, what if you're naturally shy or introverted? The beauty is that becoming interested in others doesn't require you to be the life of the party. It's about showing that you care, that you value their perspective. So here is your challenge. Don't worry, it's easy peasy. Trust me, I'm usually not the life of the party guy. In your next interaction, put your focus on the other person. Ask questions that unveil their passions, dreams, stories. Be the listener who makes the speaker feel heard and valued. And remember, when you show genuine interest, you're not just influencing people. You're building connections that can last a lifetime. I remember talking to my old school friend after reading the book, and I noticed that he only asked questions about me. So I felt being interrogated a bit. So don't get me wrong, this tip isn't about avoiding sharing your opinion, it's about making emphasis on what I was talking about. In order for the conversation to be perceived chill, natural, you should share your thoughts as well. The key lies in authenticity. You don't need to be a master conversationalist. You simply need to be curious. Of course, keeping in mind reasonable boundaries. Look at you, you got this far. Trust me, the best is yet to come. Now let's delve into an aspect that might seem counterintuitive, but holds immense power in relationships. Imagine a scenario where admitting your mistakes doesn't diminish your credibility, but actually elevates it. Our world often emphasizes projecting an image of flawlessness. Sometimes you might get caught up into that self-improvement stuff and forget that it's okay to have flaws and make mistakes as a human being. They do occur in our lives. That's something you should be okay with. You can learn how to make them less often, but it's also important not to overreact when you fail in something. Admitting mistakes is a profound way to build trust and respect. When you own up to your errors, you display vulnerability and a commitment to growth. It fosters a sense of authenticity that's far more relatable than an image of perfection. Don't you think? When you admit mistakes, you're signaling that you value honesty over ego. You're showing that you're willing to learn and course correct. It makes you approachable, and others may be more likely to trust you because of it. This is another case when you should leave your comfort zone and let your rational side guide you. It's not really about showcasing shortcomings. It's about embracing growth. The key here is to acknowledge your mistake promptly without placing blame elsewhere. Trying to put your blame on others isn't the best strategy in the long term, especially if you do it often. But the good news, you'll often find that others are more forgiving and supportive than you expect. I've experienced it many times. It's still unpleasant to admit my blunders, but especially if I do it fast enough, most of the people don't overreact. So bottom line, in a world that values authenticity, admitting mistakes isn't really a sign of weakness, and sometimes a stepping stone to high-quality connection. Alright, now let's explore a lesson that's both simple and incredibly impactful. I think for most people, it's much easier to do it than the previous one. We're talking about the magic of smiling more. It goes beyond a simple facial expression. It's a universal language that communicates warmth, openness, and approachability. You don't even have to say anything. Sometimes a smile says it all. When you meet someone who greets you with a genuine smile, how does it make you feel? It's related to that lesson about being interested in others. By smiling more, you can infuse positivity into your interactions. And often, it's infectious and creates a ripple effect that influences those around you. Even during challenging times, it's a silent affirmation that you're ready to face whatever comes your way. But the main concern is, what if you don't feel like it? I think if you know your smile will not be genuine and will feel forced, you don't have to make yourself do it. The reason why this lesson is at the top is I personally used to show less emotions when I first met a person. I felt something like a boundary and was quite undemonstrative. But later, I realized that it's actually better if you show positive emotions, even when you're talking to a stranger. It creates a warm environment and helps you become perceived more approachable and interested in others. I'm glad you got to this part of the video. It's finally time for the most exciting tip I've learned from this great book. It's easy to fall into the trap of pointing out flaws, finding fault, or expressing dissatisfaction. Yet, as Carnegie wisely notes, these behaviors do little to foster understanding or connection. In fact, they often drive people away. It's not that you should tell people they're always right. It's more complicated than that. Carnegie challenges us to consider the impact our words have on others. Criticism can make people defensive and resistant to change. Condemnation shuts down dialogue and breeds negativity. And complaining can perpetuate a cycle of dissatisfaction. When you always criticize other people behind their backs, it may prompt others to believe that next time it may happen to them, or maybe it already took place many times. The key is to express your thoughts in a way that encourages understanding and growth. If you disagree with someone, do so respectfully and without belittling their perspective. Remember, you can be firm and assertive without resorting to criticism. Join our community of thinkers and doers. Subscribe now. I truly hope this video is helpful. Definitely have a good day.